Well, hello again, and welcome to Rolynn's Reviews. As you enter the chat room, if you'll do me one small favor, please hit that little thumb. That is the like button. That tells YouTube that you are enjoying this content. And guess what? We may trigger the YouTube algorithm, and they may possibly share the live stream out with even more people. All right, I'll give you a few moments to get settled and to come on in the chat room. Oh my goodness. So you see the title of this video. So I have a song dedicated to as Pink Book says, City Girl Mayor. Latoya Cantrell, things don't look too good, right? All right. You can hide your lying eyes, and your smile is a thin disguise. I thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. All right, someone give me the artist. Someone tell me the year. I thought that song was quite appropriate. I looked at a lot of clips in relation to this subject matter, and it seems that City Girl Mayor has been lying for years. So we'll see where this goes. I'm glad you're with me. And again, everything that you're doing to help me to grow the channel, it is definitely working. Share this stream out, if you will, folks. If you have Facebook, if you have Truth Social, share this stream out. I don't like to just come on here and sit and talk. I want to know what your thought process is. Yes, Tijuana Border Jumper. Okay, looks like you beat Maga this time. See, Tijuana, when you're here, you don't give anyone a chance. You're a music connoisseur like myself. So it is what it is. Okay, good music, good music. All right, we'll go ahead and do the roll call. If you'd like for me to call your name during the roll call, all I need for you to do is to say hello, or you can just send an emoji, whichever you prefer. And then I can see that you are here, and then I can acknowledge you. But the only way I can actually see who's here is if you type a word, or if you actually send an emoji or something of that nature. All right, so here we go. Lord Jammer, how are you doing, love? Maga Tamara, how are you? Stacy, Megan, how you doing? Tijuana Border Jumper, of course. Dorian, Florida, my girls, the usual suspects. I love it. Tina, how you doing? Anthony, how are you? I'm listening, but I'm trying to do paperwork. Anthony, that's fine. You chime in whenever you deem necessary. Okay, we're glad you're here. My girls, yes, Florida. We most assuredly missed Florida. Oh my God. All right, look at the title, folks. And someone type in the comment section before I call it out. I want to see who else has noticed a pattern. I'm going to call out some names and then you tell me. How you doing, Jason? The title, Woke Black Democrat Mayor Federally Indicted for Fraud and Corruption Charges. I'm pretty sure these are some serious allegations. It looks like she is going to be making some time. I was watching some clips. I was doing some reading. I was like, OMG. So what does she have? Someone tell me. What does Miss Contrell have in common with a pattern of dumb donkey crap black women in My girls is already started. I can't do anything with it. What does City Girl Mayor have in common with Fonnie Willis, Tiffany Henyard, Big Tish, Lori Lightfoot, Karen Bass? Someone tell me in the comment section. Tijuana low IQ. Tijuana is on fire already. Dorian, oxymorons. Tijuana's exactly. Now, you know, excuse me. When the feds are questioning you, we know just like, yeah, okay, Tijuana, stick your face in some dough and make some gorilla cookies. You have to realize Tijuana's like me. We've seen every single episode of Sanford and Son. The pattern is, right? Black women in charge of blue cities, and the cities are a mess. They're a whole cesspool of crime, blight, just destruction, basically. Nothing good. Scandals, bad pop. My girl, yes, the blind leading the blind. But remember, what did the Democrats tell you? Oh, they're black. They look just like you. Look at what we're doing. We're promoting black people. Look at the positions that we're giving them. Yes, but look at the conditions of those blue cities. And I did some research, folks, and not all, but some of the major blue cities that we've been talking about. And before we get into City Girl Mayor, I wanted to share this with you because the video that I did, if you did not see Saturday's video, you need to check it out because there are, if you listen to the Democratic shills, oh my God, they're like, they're destroying, they're just targeting black people. And again, some of you may feel differently. How you doing, Miss Connie? I feel if you're not committing crimes, what do you have to be afraid of? Just what? That's my question. So, Tina, the majority of these Democrats are corrupt. Yes, they're all bought and paid for. That's why they're not doing anything for their constituents. That's why their constituents are in a perpetual cycle of poverty. They're not doing anything to help their plight. They don't have to. They get the votes anyway. Boom. I just dropped a truth bomb. I saw one of Linda B, Chat with Linda B's videos, and the title of it is she had truth bomb on there. So I'm like, okay, Linda, you've been checking us out, girl. So I was like, okay. Now Linda Chat with Linda B is doing the truth bombs. You go, girl. So Linda B, she's over there. She's on the same page as we are. So whatever. I support her as well. So she knows what's going on with these Democrats. She's just like us. She doesn't want anything to do with them. Okay. So before we get started with the title, I wanted to show you just a couple of clips. I'm not spending a lot of time on it, but I wanted to show you a couple of clips because we know DC has been woke forever. And we know the Democrats have been running DC since the beginning of time. And again, I did some research on some of these liberal cities. And some of these cities have not had a Republican since the 1800s. Somebody talk back to me, please, here. Tell me what is going on here. They are like hungry They are hungry like Pac-Man, eating up money, power, and position. Yeah, and it's like they become entitled, like they're untouchable. And again, yes, your constituents voted you in there, but again, now the people who voted her in there, now they're asking her to get out. But the problem I have with these people is they're just going to put in another Democrat. Newsflash, try something new. Just voting for Democrats hasn't been working for you. We know, you know, I did several videos on Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor. You know, they were able to have her removed. She's gone. Well, they've put another Democrat in her position, and now they're upset with him. It's the same cycle. Try something different. I'm not telling you you have to vote for Republicans or independent. Try something new. Voting for Democrats is not working. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you have to try it for the rest of your life, but try something different. Skin isn't always kin. Robert, the Democrats know. What have they been doing for 60 plus years? Placing a black person, a black face in a high place, because, oh, black Americans see that. Who are they going to vote for? It's the proverbial banana in the tailpipe. It's always worked. They said that Trump is scared of these black mayors. He's not thinking about these people. I don't know where they got. Yeah, how you doing, Vicky? Hit that like button, folks. He got that crap. I was watching Al Sharpton when he said that. I watched that clip and I was like, he's delusional. But let me share a short clip with you. And then we'll get to, like I said, I'm not spending a lot of time, but I wanted to show this to you because this is all, you know, in the news cycle. And there's a lot of people, a lot of people all over social media talking about this subject matter. Hit that like button, share this stream out if you will. So listen to this, folks. Like I said, we're not going to be on it long, but I did want you to listen to some of these people.
This is 1930s Germany. How far does he have to take this for y'all to realize this is 1940s Italy? This is Mussolini. This is fascism.
Now realize some of these people who are talking, we know who they voted for in November. They are indoctrinated and brainwashed. So take this with, grain of salt. And remember, those of you who were not here on Saturday, there are many people saying, oh my God, it is safe now. You know, I can walk out of my front door. I'm not, you know, so they're saying they've never felt this safe. So listen to this. But then you have the other side as well.
At its highest, it's so infuriating.
I want people to know that this is a fascist takeover of DC, and that our youth are going to be directed.
If all these people using the word fascist, if you said ma'ams or sirs, define, they couldn't do it. They're just using the words, the terminology that their democratic slave masters have given them.
Get out of the way. It doesn't matter about me. I will be fine. Our kids will not be.
Your kids are not fine now. They're being shot down in the street. I was looking at some statistics. OMG. And I have I went on Twitter and I found a picture on the White House. The White House, you know, has a Twitter page, and they had all these people that had been murdered, unalived. Guess what color they were? So these people, I don't know what they're talking about, but yeah, listen.
This video really pissed me off this morning. Everything we've been told about harsh and unusual punishment, either A, don't apply during fascist takeover, or B, has never applied to black women. The woman y'all seen in that video being arrested is a Fenian on my grandfather's grave. She 10 toes down for the struggle. Roll the clip.
What struggle? I've never seen a Feeney say anything about all of these black people that are alive on a daily basis. So stop it with that. My girls, people who vote blue no matter who, are like the person who keeps hitting their head against the wall, expecting it to collapse. Boom, truth bomb. That's the future. Okay, Dorian. Robert, they recalled the mayor of Oakland and put in another liberal loon. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you have to check. Just try something different and see how that works, and then come back and talk to me. I would be bet she's doing that for her social media page, right? Anthony, with this generation, usually they're not doing it. Oh, I'm down for the cause. They're doing it for clicks, likes, followers, and subscribers to gain notoriety. So stop it.
Afeni was lawfully recording the interaction between Metro Police and 3 DC youth. Afeni paid her fare into the turnstile to get a better view of the cops interrogating. Within 5 minutes, they had dressed.
And folks, when you're watching these videos, when people are explaining what's going on, how convenient. They always leave out the most important part. I think one of you were saying something about that preacher in Texas that said he was told the restaurant said we don't serve black people. Come to find out, that was a whole lie. Don't listen to these preachers, these crooks, these charlatans. So every time we hear something, oh my God, and it's something that's been made up, and I found out the truth. He and his wife was sitting there eating food for free, several to eat half the food. Oh, this isn't good. They bring something else. Eat half of that. This isn't good. So stop it. So folks, when you see something, don't take it at face value. You have to go and look at other videos. So I know some of you said something to me. How you doing, Trish, about that? And when the truth comes out, we find out, you know, what the person said initially is not how it actually happened. Boom. Yes, Megan. I found out the truth behind Megan. No, yes, Megan. Because some of you told me you wanted me to mention that or say something about that. It's not enough information to do a whole video on, but yeah, that all of this stuff that they make up, people do things for various reasons. They want 5 minutes of fame. So just because you hear a story like that, and now the good thing about that is there are actually Black Americans saying they're going to find out where this white restaurant is. They're going to go in and patronize them because they feel bad that this Black preacher and his wife made up all these lies trying to destroy their business. So folks, when you hear stories like that, check the backstory. Okay, now listen to this.
She escalated, and they had put a boot in her face and sprayed her with pepper spray. The community.
So when they're telling these stories, again, they always conveniently leave out the most important part. Now, I'm sure these officers did not just walk up to her and pepper spray her. Sir, what did she do prior to the pepper spray being released? They always leave that out.
Alert. Tonight, the Metro Transit violently escalated and began to stop as an illegal fare evasion. Afeni was taken to the Howard University Hospital for the treatment of her injuries. We're awaiting updates on her condition and demand her immediate release. We're calling the community show for Afeni with love, solidarity, and presence. Free her. Sorry, I was trying to read it fast for y'all, but I hope y'all paying attention. American citizens are having the military sicked on them in their city of residence because the president manufactured a narrative around crime. And because individuals believe that Black folks are inherently criminal, everybody bought.
No one said that Black people are inherently criminals, sir. If you would just check some statistics, that will explain what's going on.
Into the narrative. Everybody that matters anyway. Afeni, that Black woman was there protecting the youth.
That okay, again, you know this is a farce. She's there protecting the youth. I've never seen this woman out protesting about young Black males killing these children. I have a picture I'm going to put up. I like I said, I have the White House's actual Twitter page pulled up. I'll show you all these Black faces. I've never heard of her saying anything. Tell that lady who was taken by police to shut up, Robert. Right. And so that's where we are. They never give you the full story. Jason, if they want to live in rule by force nation, Liberia will take them. Jason, let's start. No, Jason, they're going to ask us to pay for it. But I agree with it. If they have their own money, goodbye. I was looking at something earlier that the girl, another hoax, the girl, Black woman that moved to Russia to get away from, oh my God, America's so racist. That was a whole lie. So a lot of these stories we hear, people are trying to gain notoriety, and 5 minutes of fame is all they want. Rolynn, this is what Dr. Umar Johnson wants. Yeah, sad for the Democratic Party. Andrew, this is what they're doing. Here we go.
When she went to jail, no matter how much hurt she was in, no matter how much pepper spray was in her eyes, she still was talking about the youth. Calling all Black liberals, all Black leftists, all the ADOS, all the FBA, all the Hebrew Israelites, all of the groups about the Black shit. Where we at? You gonna let the orange man brutalize our community while we argue about theory?
Sir, the Black males are brutalizing the community. So stop it. Statistics don't lie.
Policy and philosophy. What we doing? Lastly, if they give her a bond, I definitely got some.
All right, I'm sick of him. What are your thoughts on that? So, like I said, I have a few clips before we actually get into, because the video that we did yesterday on Saturday was in reference to this subject matter. So that's why I wanted to show you, because we were already on for a while, so I didn't want to keep you on forever, but I did want to share with you this information, because I want you, whenever you, how you doing, Jeremiah Norris? Good afternoon. All right, we have a new subscriber, Jeremiah. I think I was talking to you earlier, love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone say hello to Jeremiah. He is new to the Rolynn's Reviews family. Woo! Oh my God. Saturday, we were talking good. Jeremiah said he's doing well. We were talking about, and I'll drop that link. So the Democratic shields and puppets, they're out here saying Trump is targeting Black people and cities that with Black mayors. News flash: these are the places with the highest crime rates. Has nothing to do with Black. And so what I wanted, what I showed, I just dropped that link from Saturday. And so what I wanted to show, there are a lot of Black Americans saying thank you. And I've never, people that are old saying, I've never felt this safe. What does that say to you? So for them to, these Black puppets and shields to sit up and act like, oh my God, he's taking, oh, ma'am, sir, had you done your job, this would have never happened. He gave these people time. He told them to get their house in order. Did they do that? No, they did not. So the end result is this. But they're out here saying he's racist. He hates Black people. Well, there are a lot. They can say, the shields can say what they want, but a lot of Black Americans are saying thank you, and they did not even vote for Trump. Chubbs, how you doing, sir? Thank you for your service. So yeah, Tijuana, I see DC Black residents going out at night enjoying their city. Tijuana, tell it for the people in the back. Jeremiah, yeah, I saw those clips, and it's only the leftists and the sheeple. Jeremiah's fitting right in with us. I love it. So DC is not a war zone. Yes, they had. Why? Okay, if Trump did this, why didn't they do this? Why weren't they protecting the people who were their constituents? Have never come out and said, oh, I haven't felt this safe in years. So the Democrats are always on the wrong side. They are always for who? They're always for the criminals. We know that. Nothing new to see here. So let me share this clip with you. Hit that like button if you are enjoying this content. Oh my God. Here we go.
Part of Donald Trump's military takeover in DC.
So this is one, and then when I go on Twitter, I'll show you some more stats. At this time, they had arrested 37 criminals, seized 11 illegal firearms, issued 4 narcotics charges. But of course, it's more than that now. But listen.
They're posting all of these photos of Black men who they arrest and posting it to Twitter.
Again, all right, in the comment section, if you are not committing crimes, now again, what's the problem? Right? All right. So these are the people who are terrorizing these communities. And as Tijuana said, he's been watching some clips too. Yes, Connie. People are like, oh my God, I feel safe. And these aren't people who voted for Trump. So how can you?
This is insane because clearly due process has gone out the window because these are people.
Okay, for the people that have been unalived, SA'd, carjacked, what about their due process? I'm asking for a friend. See, they're always concerned about the criminals. I don't give a care about their due process. What about these victims of all of these crimes? Dorian, yeah, they keep saying crime is going down. That's fake news. We know those numbers are cooked. My girls, that's Jimi Hendrix's illegitimate son. Sent him to Jamaica where he would fit right in and smoke weed. My girls is a hoot. Here we go.
Arrested. We don't even know really on what grounds they were arrested, but they are posting photos of people, blasting them to the public White House account before they have even been convicted of a crime. I'm old enough to remember when y'all were trying to tell me that Kamala was going to lock all these black men up.
And Kamala did lock up a lot of black men. A lot of them were innocent. She had the paperwork to release them. She had to be forced. So learn your facts, ma'am. Here we go.
Locked all these black men up. Those people are so quiet right now because this is just crazy.
If you think
she says they're being quiet, no, we're not. We're still talking. She's not on the right YouTube channels. Those of you who are new here, how you doing, Margaret? That's fine, love. Those of you who are new here, I can drop the links. We talked about Kamala's record, all of the black men she locked up. So, in other words, Kamala was sort of involved in slavery. What is the prison industrial complex? You were providing labor for them. So that's why a lot of black men in California were like, no, we're good. They didn't vote for her, the Curry Queen. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat, love. One lady said she can stop at a red light without fear of being carjacked. Boom. Tijuana, those are the people that we need to be supporting. I'm not supporting criminals. Exactly. I'm sick and tired of people. What about the criminals? What about their due process? What about these people? All these people who have been victimized by these people. I'm with the people who are the victims. I could care less about the criminals. That's where I'm at this point. I am. How you doing, James and Iris? How are you, Prosperity? Hit that like button. We're glad you're here. Listen to that. Another Kamala voter.
Trump's plan to take over DC's police department is about catching crime, it's not. This is about stoking white fear, making black people seem dangerous.
You don't have to make black people seem dangerous. When you have stats, sir, look at the stats and stop listening to the lamestream media. Trump doesn't try to have to make black people look bad. And what about all these black people? What are they going to say? Are they Russian bots? The ones like Tijuana said, they're all over social media. None of you, there are about 40 people in here now. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. Go on TikTok, right here on YouTube. There are black people all over social media talking about how safe they feel and thanking President Trump, and they did not vote for him. Stop it.
Administration wasted no time, less than half a day before posting photos of black men they've arrested on the official White House social media pages. It's a calculated move to stigmatize black people, especially black men, as criminal thugs to be feared. There is not...
Sir, you're liberal and you vote for Democrats. They run the media. They're the ones who are stoking the fears because they don't show positive images of black Americans. They're the ones showing all of the nefarious activities, all of the criminal activities, sir. So do some research. Here we go.
Even a single white man that they have arrested and posted on the social media.
They have arrested white men, sir. They just arrested this idiot who worked for the federal government, who threw, what a pansy. He threw the Subway sandwich at a federal agent and he lost his job and he's being charged. What a loser.
Hey, y'all. Here's the truth. Violent crime in DC is at a 20-year low. It's dropped since 2023 and 2024. White folks will think this is solely about distracting from the Epstein files, but the harm the stigmatization will have on our communities will be widely felt for black people. They've been running this playbook on Latino.
First of all, fuck Donald Trump. Second of all,
now you know who she voted for. They always have a filthy mouth. I mean, can't you say something else? Come on, do better. Here we go.
To the black people that are rationalizing Donald Trump taking over and militarizing DC streets under the pretext of crime when crime in DC is at a 30-year low.
So I told you, they're still using these booked numbers. This is what they're looking at. So we can't take these people seriously. Those who don't know, zombie force. None of these folks complaining, living in the working class, poor neighborhood. Zombie force. Thank you, sir. I said that in Saturday's live stream. I don't live in any of those communities, but not everyone in those poorer communities are out here robbing, carjacking, selling drugs, you name it, any nefarious activity you could think. A lot of those people are just hardworking people, and they are victims of these criminals. And these are the ones who are all over social media saying thank you. So I'm listening to them, not these wannabe Democratic shills. Here we go.
You are part of the fucking problem too. And if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay, I don't need an announcement about how you haven't seen nobody say something. I'm telling you what I've seen with my own 2 eyes. Here is the thing. For anybody to believe that Donald Trump coming in with the military is a solution, for anybody to think, even after all that we've seen from this administration, that it's going to only impact the so-called bad ones, is irrational. The bottom line is the reason why Donald Trump is taking over DC is because DC is still a predominantly Black city.
Well, you see the mindset, right? This is what I was trying to tell you about. They think it's all being done because they're Black. Ma'am, sir, and I have some stats, folks. Don't go anywhere. I did some research. All of these predominantly Black Democratic-run cities, they are the worst in crime. Educational system is in the toilet. They're Democratic run, and they keep placing a Black face in a high place, and they're all cesspools of illegitimacy, crime, debauchery, you name it. Hey, any other, add some more adjectives in there. Russian bots. How about shield bots? Okay. All of the low-life mayors got together to deceive the citizens into lies about crime. Prosperity. Okay. Those of you who think I have erroneous information, prosperity. Tell these new people who are here today about what's going on in Chicago and what your illustrious mayor, Brandon Johnson, did. All right. Because he's been saying forever, crime is down. Oh, crime is down. And we see all of these people being unalived every day. But he's, oh no, crime is down. Crime is down. Jeremiah, funniest part of that sandwich store, he had on a pink shirt. Jeremiah, you're going to fit in just fine. I love it. Tijuana, if she's so concerned about who is cleaning up the DC city, what has she done to clean it up to keep President Trump from having to come in and clean it up? Boom. That's what I'm talking about. So prosperity, as I play the rest of this clip, we have Jeremiah and a few other new people here. Tell them about your illustrious mayor, because he keeps saying, oh, crime is going down. It's going down. Tell them the truth, love. Here we go.
And he looks at Blackness and criminality as being one and the same. And so if you think that the Donald Trump that has told the National Guard, do whatever it is that you want to do to people, the same motherfucker that sat up there and wanted to shoot Black Lives Matter protesters last time he was in office.
There were Black people that wanted to shoot Black Lives Matter protesters because they were sick of it. They knew it was all a big lie and deception. So, ma'am, you need to get outside of your box. I'm telling you, I've seen several of it. Right, Jeremiah? That's right. How prosperity knows. So people, you don't have to believe me, but prosperity will drop some truth bombs for you. Kelly, how you doing, love? Kelly said we need the National Guard in Milwaukee too. These people don't know what they're talking about. Aside from running a bag and lining their pockets. Boom, Kelly. Kelly lives in a blue city. Kelly, tell them some stories. Tell them about the carjackings, the unalivings, essays. Tell these people the truth. I love it. Why so many Black people voted for him? Yeah. Yes. Here we go.
I don't know if you saw the video about what's happening in DC and how the police basically raided a Black neighborhood, but Black people are under attack as usual. Okay.
Black people are under attack as usual. She's brainwashed. This woman is also she's been indoctrinated. I don't know how many Black people are in the chat. I'm not under attack. I don't have problems with police. Now, newsflash. Also, I am not out here committing crimes. I go to work. I come home. I look at my Gunsmoke and my Rifleman and a few other shows, and I eat, shower, go to bed. So what are they talking about? Black people are under attack. What type of attack? How? Prosperity. He has hundreds of police to protect his underhanded, low-life self everywhere he goes, anyone needed. Yeah, like all of these blue city mayors, they have all these police officers surrounding them. Taxpayers, waste, fraud, and abuse. MAGA. Reparations happened years ago. People just stopped talking about it. People were offered land, and some of them chose to stay and work. Thank you for that, MAGA. Andrew, see the Democratic Party? Black people, you know what they're watching? Stupidity in action. Yeah. I have never been under attack by a white person. My girl, say it for the people in the back. I am not under attack. I am not out here committing crimes. So if you are under attack, ma'am, look at your lifestyle and make some changes. Here we go.
Okay. Black people need white allyship in person. Okay. All this rah-rah on the internet, we can't stand what's happening, da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Prove it. Okay. If you see something happening that's wrong, you should speak up about it.
Okay, Kelly, now hold on. Kelly lives in Milwaukee, a blue city. Every day it's something. The unaliving rate is crazy. I live on the north side. In my opinion, it's an active war zone with millions missing. Whoa. So all of my blue city dwellers, add your stories here, because I'll have people watching the video after the fact telling me to stop coming on here making up lies. James and Iris, are the people that are complaining the ones that have children? They're not saying, James. I moved out of New Orleans because of LaToya. Oh, wow. Zombie Force. Zombie, you're an intelligent person and I've never met you. Who wants to live under that crap? And remember Zombie Force, when those white people moved out and they got out of that. Who wants to live around crime? I don't. Zombie, you know about that. The white people said they were tired of living there. The schools were bad, crime ridden. And people were saying they were racist. No, they're not racist, but they want to raise their families in safety. Right, Robert? She's protecting black on black crime. Keep in mind there are pockets of good space neighborhoods versus the high crime areas. Right. And Prosperity, what I've been saying, you don't see the videos of the people in the good communities, the people who are working hard, the people in these poor communities who aren't committing crimes. They're just working every day and trying to survive. They're victims of these people. Zombie, locks on everything. Thank you. Cha-Cha, where have you been, love? I was in the comment section when someone said they blamed Lincoln for what has happened, not really knowing that his Democratic VP was what happened. Boom. Jeremiah is new here. His first day here, he's already dropping truth bombs. Do it. Hillary Clinton. Oh, good. I heard that was on the horizon. Cha-Cha, where have you been, love? I thought about you the other day. Let me finish this clip.
Black lives have always been on the line from the dawn of time. And I'm sick of talking about it, but I will never stop talking about it because we're tired of always being the ones that's doing the work, always being the ones that's on the front lines, protesting, trying to fight for our own rights.
He hates black.
Now listen to this lady. I don't know what her problem. Yeah, hit that like button for me. Yes, Miss Connie, I agree with you, love. Listen to this crap.
Black people. He hates black people. He said terrible, dangerous cities like Oakland, Baltimore, DC, because they're majority black population cities.
What she's leaving out, all of those cities that she listed, high crime rates, high unaliving rates. Prosperity says, shut that fool up. Oh my God, yeah. So this white girl thinks only black people. If you listen, let liberals talk long enough, it comes out. Oh my God. My girls, this is the residual of the poison MLK injected into the black community. Oh my God. Michael, sweetie, I don't need you to be a white savior for black people. Now DC's having a taste of what people in El Salvador felt when President Bukele enforced law and order. Salvadorians now live in peace and can go wherever they want to go without worries. Boom. Yes. Woo. Kelly said, shut up, lady. I'm so tired of these uninformed idiots. Get them, Kelly. Here we go.
He hated black people when he took out 4 full-page ads in New York newspapers calling for the Central Park 5 to be executed. Innocent black children. He hated black people when he picked Haitian immigrants to bully because he knew dumbass white-skinned Latinos like me would fucking fall for that shit.
He didn't bully the Haitians. He just told that they were eating people's dogs and cats. It has been proven that they were. Stop it, ma'am. Do your research.
He hates black people. He fucking hates black people. I don't know how much clearer he can get.
Yeah. So you see that?
Yeah. She's incorrect. She's incorrect. Woefully incorrect. What are your thoughts on that, folks? So I didn't see this young lady saying anything about, they're eating the dogs. Jason, did you see that little short I did on that? I loved it. I didn't see this woman complaining. Me and other content creators have done multiple videos on Jim Crow Joe. Everything he said, she never said a word about Jim Crow Joe. Cha-Cha said, is she projecting? The Central Park 5. Is that yes, Kelly. And remember, the Central Park 5 admitted, under police investigation, but they lied and said they did it. But some man that was eventually arrested, he said he did it. But even Haitians said it themselves. They eat cats and dogs. Right. But Trump made it up. He was bullying the Haitian people because they're black. Stop it. Don't want to hear it. Brittany Foley, how you doing, love? Hit the like button. I live right outside of Philly, and we need the National Guard out here. Woo! Tell me your stories, Brittany. Everyone here who's from a blue city, I want to hear it because I'm tired of these libs coming in here after the video's over talking crap. I work in a grocery store. They just allow young kids to come in, run, take everything, and walk out. Brittany, tell us anything else that you witnessed. I love it. Yes, Jeremiah. Yes. He calls it out too. They talk crap about him, but he's like me. He doesn't care. He continues to tell what's going on just like I do. So I wanted to share that with you because that piggybacks off of what we did on Saturday. So Jason, I call him Massa Joe because he's all about that plantation. And Jason, he was allowed to say whatever he wanted. No one said a word. Peace and blessings to you, Team Hazard. Everyone hit that like button and share this stream out if you have Truth Social, Facebook. Now, and something just popped up, while I'm live with you, I can see news stories popping up. 4 infants were killed in DC in a month. So yeah, all this stuff is popping up. But you didn't need help. Stop it. So hit that like button. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Boom. And unfortunately, Jason, a lot of people, again, they just went out and voted for him. So, what can you say? What can you do? Excuse me. But all I have to say about that is do your research. And I've been talking about that forever. If people would do their research instead of just voting for people because they're black, or they're a woman, oh, this is history. This will be the first fill in the blank. Who gives a care? What are the policies? Tell me the policies, ma'ams, sirs. That's all I care about at this point. I need to know what the policies are. MAGA tomorrow. Trump is also the only American president whose family never owned slaves. Boom. And MAGA, they keep bringing up, well, he and his father wouldn't rent to Black America. You're going to hold that against him until he sucks his last breath? How many of us have never, ever done something wrong? I'll wait. So, we don't know where people's relationship with God is. So if he's asked for forgiveness, who are you or me to say, well, he did this in 1975. We can't, we can't We can't allow that to pass. We have to hold that against him forever. You didn't hold anything against Jim Crow Joe. So I don't want to hear it. Stop with the hypocrisy. Don't want to hear it. All right, let me share this one more clip. And then we're going to get into today's info. But I had to share this with you. I had to. Here we go. I think we're queued up. There we go. Yeah, we are ready. All right. So that's just where I'm at, folks. Here we go. This is another short clip. Hit the like button. How you doing, Baldwin Birds? Team Hazard. Don't forget, Newark, New Jersey. The mayor actually got arrested for the illegal immigrants. The crime rate is high, but he says it's low. Same old Democrat. Team Hazard. Get those people out of there. Jeremiah. All is forgiven unless it's the unforgivable sin, blasphemy of the Holy Ghost. Jeremiah, boom, another truth bomb. There you go. Here we go.
Trump is trying to make our city safer. Democrats think they know what he's exactly motivated by. You guessed it, racism.
I think it's very notable that each and every one of the cities called out by the president has a black mayor, and most of those cities are seeing historic lows in violent crime.
The president has always been intimidated by the intellectual prowess of black men, and so of course he would speak in those.
Prosperity, don't throw up your lunch. Here's your illustrious mayor spitting more lies again.
Petite and puerile terms.
Do you think there's race driving this?
I won't say that's like the totality of it, but I absolutely think it is. Yes, there are homicides in my city. Yes, there is crime, but we don't think the same prescription of help is necessary.
Why is the president picking black cities?
The president isn't picking black cities. The president is trying to solve a problem, and it happens.
Okay, hit the like button, MAGA. I was watching this woman, she left. Okay, yeah, I saw that, MAGA. Connie, like if something hurts you that badly, don't come back. Right. How did these people come to power? Baldwin, you don't want to know. You don't hear Rolynn Martin talking about the crime. No, because Robert, I went on his channel. He's saying the same thing, that crime is going down.
That black Americans who didn't give him a majority of their votes are going to be the beneficiaries.
Exactly. So that's all we needed to hear for that. Now I need to get to what's at hand today. But let me show you. I have a couple of Twitter pages pulled up, and I wanted to show this to you, and then we will get into, it's not a lot. I'm just going to go over her indictments and all the lies she told. All right, we're up to 50 people, and all right, we got 50 likes. Boom. If you are watching and you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. All right, as I cue this up. All right. And this is our girl, Janine Pirro. Because I'm as free as a bird now. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Lord, I can't change. Won't you fly high, free bird? Yeah. Woo! MAGA, I need to hear that guitar solo. You know I love some free bird, Leonard Skinner. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Look at this, folks. And then we'll get into the city girl mayor and all of her crimes. Lanita, you're fine, love. You have to get your dinner ready, dear. You're fine. So think of the people I just shared with you. Jeremiah, I need you to play that guitar solo for Free Bird. I love it. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for your super chat, love. I'm sending you some hearts. All right, Tijuana, as a former resident of Oakland, it's not a black city. It's actually mixed so much that they named a street International, a melting pot. Thank you for that tip, Tijuana. I sent you some hearts, love. So my girl says, you know that those ninjas are brainwashed. They have no sympathy for the victim. My girls, that's all I want to hear at this point. I don't give a care. They're talking about, well, what about their rights and they're not receiving due process? Everyone look up here at these pictures. Look, this is on Janine's. I follow her on Twitter. Look at these 45 victims, all 19 and under, all killed by gunfire in the last 18 months in DC, and tell me that crime is down and we don't need an emergency focus on crimes of violence. See what I'm saying, folks? They're gaslighting. Yeah, they think it's a video game. They all look like babies, right? MAGA, where's their due process? Yeah, they're young. These are young people. And we know, someone type in the comment section, seems I forgot. Who's killing these people? Who? Someone tell me. I forgot. Tell me who the culprits are. Who are the people that are killing these people who, like you said, they're young. Who's killing these people? Zombie force. Rolynn, you sure get me fired up. People got to take back the streets, put the thugs in play. Yes, zombie force. Yes, I'm sick and tired of hearing about the criminals not receiving due process. And I told you, thank you, Jeremiah. Kids. Yes, but their crime is down. Tell that to all these people who've been unalived. And I told you, I just got an alert. 4 infants were killed in Washington. The alert just came through. So I don't want to hear it. Crime is not down for them and their families. So again, the Democrats who say they love you, they don't care about these people being unalived. What? They're saying everything is fine. That's what those of you who haven't seen my video, the Black KKK, oh my God, you need to check it out. You need to check it out. So these black mayors, they're part of this Black KKK. They're doing what they're told. Yes, Jason, infants. I just dropped the link. So you need to know who is in the Black KKK. They're doing the bidding for the Democratic slave masters. Jeremiah 12, 13, 14. I'd definitely be in more trouble if I did what they're doing. Yes, Jeremiah. Yes. But they're saying, no, everything is fine. He just wants to instill martial law. Again, if you're not committing crimes, what's the problem? I would be happy. So check that. I wanted to show that to you. These people haven't even started their lives yet, and they're gone. Can't call me. Yeah, the people who are committing these crimes are young scholars, scientists, astronauts, doctors, lawyers, right? Future, yeah. And they're in these blue cities. We know who's committing the vast majority of these crimes. We know. Someone type in the comment section. And with Good Bundy, how you doing? Black Aryan Nation, how you doing, Good Bundy? Hit that like button. Good Bundy, share this on your Facebook page, please, love. Share this on your Facebook page. Thank you so much. Good Bundy, tell us what your thoughts are about this subject matter. But yeah, you guys that were not here on my video, Black KKK with Vince Ellison. Woo! I just dropped that. Okay, thank you, Good Bundy. I just dropped that link. You need to see that video. These future scholars and scientists, doctors and lawyers are actually agents of chaos, confusion. And the black liberals are angry. Trump is after the black people. Sir, I don't want to hear it. The illegals took what would have been reparations. No more money for you, Jew lazy. Tijuana, I heard he's gone. The guy that made that statement, he is so deported. Yeah, he's gone. Oh my God. So yeah, I guess Good Bundy is calling the Black KKK the Black Aryan. Good Bundy. Good Bundy must have seen my video. So arrests are being made. Let me take this page down, put up one other page, and then you can see what's happening. Oh my God. Good Bundy's coming in with the jokes. Here we go. All right. This is from FBI Director Kash Patel. And these are the latest stats. This is the latest update from Kash Patel. 52 arrests total from federal partners, 19 arrests from at FBI, 4 firearm recoveries, 3 drug seizures. Charges include theft of vehicle, drug offenses, assault on an officer. Hey, if you're living in these communities, don't you want these people removed? An elderly woman in Memphis was dragged. James and Iris, tell the people in the back. That's why I'm fed up. I don't care about the rights of the criminals. I don't care. I've seen some videos of what they're doing to old people. So I don't care. I don't. And let me read James's entire statement. An elderly woman in Memphis was dragged out of her car, body slammed during a carjacking. Yes, that's why I don't care. If they lock them up, they lock them up. If you're not committing crimes, you can't get into trouble. I don't care. That's just where I'm at. Prosperity said many Black men signed up to be ICE agents. Yeah, if you want to make a change, sign up. And yeah, situations like this. Oh, you're picking on people because you're Black. If you're not committing crimes, you're fine. Stop with the racist trope.
He wants to showcase America. When you come to see the celebration next year, America 250, of the most successful, most powerful, the wealthiest nation in the world, Washington, D.C. should be a billboard or a front door of how that works. And that nation has to include a nation that knows how to have laws that people follow and that people can feel safe doing things like going out for dinner, walking to work. This is just a basic thing that everybody should be able to experience. President Trump's going to make sure that happens. He wants to.
So this is what the Democrats want us to continue to allow. So I can do more videos on the older people and the working poor in those communities who are not committing these crimes, but the stores shutter and then they have no way of getting medicine, food, and other necessities. Okay, so right, no, we're not going there. Now let me put this up. You know my girl, the Pink Book. You know she calls out their nonsense. I love it. Hit that like button if you are enjoying this content. Connie, yes, Prosperity. I heard 100,000 applied. I'm not positive if that's the yes, a whole lot of, because Trump's hiring a bunch of agents. I'm telling even some of my students, hey, they want to go into law enforcement. I'm telling them, try ICE. All right. Let me throw something up to you. How many of you, before we get started with the video, I want you to, we're going to play a little game. Real nice, short and sweet. Just take a guess. Take a guess, and then I will give you the correct answer. Blazer Bob. Where's Blazer Bob? Who's sick and tired of these woke judges, mayors, judges, Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, Rolynn Martin? All of us, Blazer Bob. Boom. Next question. All right. When was don't Google it, just type in for these questions. I want you to just guess. Everyone understand how we're doing this? Take a guess. I don't want you to Google it. Someone type, each of you, there are about 50 people here. Type in the last year that there was a Republican mayor in New Orleans. Someone just type in a year, the first year that pops in your brain. Everybody type that in. I need everyone to type a year in. Type in the first year you think of. The last year that there was a Republican mayor in New Orleans. Don't Google it. Thank you, Prosperity. Baldwin said 1936. I need some more responses here. MAGA 1960. Dorian 1971. Kami 1925. My Girls 1904. Any other responses? You're going to be shocked. The last time, so people who come in and say, I'm always talking about Democrats. Hey, okay, James and Iris, 1964, Prosperity, unknown, not unknown. Give me a year, Prosperity. Connie, I'm glad you did, Dorian. Okay, there we go. I need a year, Prosperity. I'm not letting you off the hook. Nope. All right. Blazer Bob, 1970. Jeremiah, 1895. Jason, 1895. All right. The last time that New Orleans had a Republican mayor. Are you ready for are you sitting down? Make sure you're seated before I give you this year. 1870. 1870. Again, 1870. I am speech Tube State. Oh Lord. It's yes. 1870. Benjamin Flanders was his name. So, yes, we know there's a lot of corruption in New Orleans. 1870. Yes. Yes. I told you. I did a deep dive on this. Jeremiah, you and James were the closest. Yes. So look at the condition of New Orleans for the people who come. That sometimes they drop in the chat or they'll come and do the replay. You're always talking about Democrat. 1870. Let that number marinate in your brain. Let me crack your cranium, right? And pour in some more knowledge. 1870. 1870. Now, again, without Googling, tell me the last time that Philadelphia had a Republican mayor. Don't Google. No Google. Just guess. Top of your head. Top of your head. Right, Dorian? Baldwin, yes. When was the last time? Connie, yes. The last time that Philadelphia had a Republican mayor. Recorded audio wasn't even available. Jeremiah's a true expert like me. He's dropping that knowledge. All right, I'm going to give you the year. 1952. His name was Bernard Samuel. At least we're in the 20th century. Tube Steak said 1776. Steve, how you doing? Love, hit the like button. Now, when was the last time, Steve, and anyone who's just joining, don't Google it. Think of a year off the top of your head. When was the last time that Baltimore had a Republican mayor? A Republican mayor, Baltimore. Just take a guess. I know, Maga. Let me see who's the closest. Okay, any more responses? Prosperity said when it was founded. Connie said never. Blazer Bob, 74. But Joe, how you doing, Joe? Hit the like button, love, said 1929. Baltimore has not had a Republican mayor since 1967. Well, at least they're in the 20th century. So I want you to check this stuff out. Yeah, this was very interesting to me. Okay, those of you who've been here for a while, let me see who was listening, who has a good memory. When was the last time that Chicago had a Republican mayor? I did that in a video one time, so I'm going to see who remembers. When was the last time? No Google. Jeremiah, I was born a decade after. The last time that Chicago had a Republican mayor. Connie keeps saying never. Connie just gave up. Connie was just like never. Oh, Connie, you get them, girl. The last time that Chicago had a Republican mayor was 1931. His name was Bill Thompson. Now, let's go to another blue city, Detroit. When was the last time that Detroit had, don't Google it, a Republican mayor? Right, Tijuana? Jeremiah, I did a video on that months ago. Yes. Yes. Before crime was invented, Steve Baldwin, you were close. Yes. Detroit. Okay, Dorian is the closest so far. Detroit. How you doing, Detroit HP? The last time Detroit had a Republican mayor, 1962. So at least they're in the 20th century, right? And one more. Like I said, this really stoked my interest. When was the last time that Cincinnati had a Republican mayor? No Google. Don't Google it. Dorian, you were close, dear. Connie said 2020. That was a good television show with Hugh Dow. 2020. Connie, you're taking me back now. Jeremiah said 66. Kami 17. Baldwin 1960. Dorian 1950. 1971. Willis Gradison Jr. So you're probably asking, why am I sharing all that information with you? I'd have to check that one. I just wanted to do a few. I looked at Oakland, but I just wanted a few to throw out at you so you can have some perspective, especially the ones that have really, really been a long time. Rolynn, they should pay you. You solved the problem. Whoop! My God, I love your thought process. And you solved the problem, Democrat. Yes. Florida. Now that explains it. WKRP in Cincinnati. Rest in peace, Lottie Anderson. She just passed. Yes, I used to look at that show when WKRP was on TV. When Nancy Pelosi was hatched. Oh, boy. Okay. Tube steak is being naughty again. Yes. So I brought all of that up to say, that's why you hear me say the things that I say. So, as I said, Steve, when the Bengals won the Super Bowls, Steve, oh, sorry, Bengals. Prosperity for Chicago, not Googled, but another search engine. Thompson was elected in 15, served 2 terms until 23, was later reelected in 27. Yeah, and yeah, you remember Prosperity. I think I had you on the show for that. Yeah, Prosperity had the info. Yeah. All right. So let me share the pink book lessons. You know, every time one of these mayors does something crazy, they're indicted. She is all on top of it. And I always love, she has excellent commentary. She gives you she has the receipts, but she makes you laugh. Hit that like button, folks. Here we go.
Our team is in place, and here's what we're following at this hour in downtown New Orleans. A federal indictment is being read in federal court against New Orleans Mayor Cantrell and her former bodyguard, NOPD officer Jeffrey Vappy.
Oh, when the chickens come home to roost. Say it ain't so. It's the first woman I named the OG City Girl Mayor. You gotta put the OG on there because she's not new to this. That's New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell. She made history as the first Black female mayor of New Orleans.
Now again, what do we say? The Democrats get them excited. Oh, come out and vote. You're making history. First Black. Who gives a care? And you're still in poverty. I don't care about gender or identity politics. How are you changing my personal situation? Right, MAGA, nothing except fleece the taxpayers. That's what she's accomplished. That's it. So again, people need to get out of this identity politics. Who cares what color they are? What are their policies? Here we go.
And the first woman ever to hold the position. And now she's making history once again. OG City Girl Mayor Cantrell is the first ever sitting mayor of New Orleans to be in.
Oh, Jason has jokes. LaToya, she ain't no Jackson. Jason, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Boom, there you go. All right, here we go.
Indicted while in office. I mean, she's months away from wrapping up her final term, and the feds swooped right down on her head. Just then, she was indicted, and she's not alone. The feds got her janky, dirty cop boyfriend, too. Remember the one from First 48? I told y'all about him a long time ago. He was cheating on his wife, creeping around with the OG City Girl Mayor, who was also married at the time. I've been covering this for years.
And then her husband, I think, wound up dead. And that was, there was some nefarious activities they were saying with that, but nothing ever came of it. And because she was in with the police department. So who knows what's going to come out of this? But yeah, her husband died under mysterious circumstances while she was with this guy. Here we go.
Mayor Cantrell cheated on her husband. Her side dude's wife found out, put them on blast, had their business all out in the streets, divorced him. The next thing you know, Mayor Cantrell's husband ended up dead, which I still believe, as I said at the time, was very mysterious. His death was not investigated properly, so no one ever knew what happened. The mayor had the whole police department in her pants pocket. That's why it took the feds to swoop down in New Orleans to hold this crooked, combative, scamming OG City Girl mayor accountable. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Do you not just love the Pink Book lessons? She gives you the facts and she makes you laugh. Oh my God. Pink Book, keep doing it. You are doing it and doing it well. It's so unfortunate that these modern Black Democrat politicians have lived up to the image that the 1915 movie Birth of a Nation depicted if you allow Blacks in positions of power. Boom, Kami. I think I will pin that statement because it's very, very true. You're absolutely right. It's sad, but it's true. So listen, I'm starting to wonder why some of these cities are on my bucket list. MAGA, be careful until Trump gets some of these places cleaned up. Don't go. We don't want something to happen to you. Trump said he's going into some more cities, so we might have to wait. Okay. All of you, please be careful when you travel. Here we go.
And click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Let me get rid of the commercial. But yeah, just be careful, folks. Be careful. But this is what's happening. You know?
Details, Magato, John.
And you know, with the Democrats, they've been allowed, they've been enabled to do their dirt. And because they're Black women, no one's going to say anything to them. Or if they do, if any person white says anything, they're just being racist and they're doing this because they're Black. And the Black people are afraid to say anything because they'll be called a sellout and why are you doing this to another Black person? So they're untouchable. Here we go.
Our legal analyst Joe Responti joining us. So what does this mean when you get an indictment? It basically means a grand jury has seen evidence presented by federal prosecutors, and based on what they saw, they believe a crime has been committed. And this is not the first time we've seen these two high-profile names, guys.
And I think the interesting thing here is that it's mentioning Joe Responti, both the mayor and Jeffrey Vappie, which I don't want to get ahead of what we know, but that raises the possibility of perhaps a superseding indictment since he had already been indicted.
Right. If Jeffrey Vappie is getting new counts against him, it is most probably what's known as a superseding indictment, which will follow his original indictment to that section of court. And if she is a co-defendant with him, it's all going in the same car.
So for background, and not to make this too confusing, this is the case in which he had been working or claiming time as the mayor's bodyguard when in fact federal prosecutors were alleging that he had a personal relationship with the mayor.
All right. Those of you who've been on the channel for a while, what does this sound? Does this story sound familiar? Was there another mayor that we were discussing that I did several videos on? Does this sound familiar? Someone tell me. We talked about also Fani Willis and all these other people that the Democrats placed in these positions. Who does this remind you of? Please, someone tell me. I forgot. Who does this story remind you of? Jeremiah, I've been telling people that if I went to places like these, I'm waiting for better because I remember Jam Master Jay. Yes, Jeremiah. Yes. Tupac. Yes. And you know, if they could take them, they could take you or me. Right. Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor. Good. Fani Willis. So, you know, all these people, all of these Black women have been emboldened now. I have some Black people come on here. You're always tearing down Black people. I'm just, if they weren't involved in these nefarious activities, obviously I could not sit here and say anything. Tijuana border jumper, super freak mayor. Yeah, she's super freaking, yeah. All of these, they're all doing the same thing. Kami, they knew to put Black women up there, two minority groups in one, and everyone's afraid to say something to them. If they say something, a white person says something, they're racist and sexist. If a Black person says something, they're a sellout. and they're trying to undermine another Black person. You can't win. You're right. It's 2 and 1. They're women and they're Black. They're untouchable. Not. Things are changing. People are being held accountable now. The story of political corruption in Louisiana goes way back. Yes, Jason, we're exposing the Governor Pritzker and sending tags to Republican leaders on TikTok. Yes, Zombie Force, Rolynn, love you. I got to go. That's okay. Love you too, Zombie. Be safe. And I'll be live probably Tuesday or Wednesday, love. Thank you for dropping in and share this stream out. Thank you so much. Keisha, Lance Bottoms. Keep calling these names out, folks. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Enjoy your day, Zombie. Be careful, love. Love you. Here we go.
It was noteworthy at the time that the mayor had not been indicted in that case. This could imply that now she has been added in somehow and into that alleged conspiracy.
Right. We'll see which format.
And when I'm done with Pink Book, I have a video I'm going to pull up so you can see, the whole plethora of charges. And I'm sorry, folks. If the feds are investigating me, it's time to stop the lies. Stop the lies. 9 times out of 10, when they are asking you questions, they already have the answers. They just want to see what your response is going to be. So if the feds are questioning you, you need to tell. It's time to tell the truth. And they didn't do. She and her boyfriend didn't do that. That's crazy. Detroit, those days are over. They're all being replaced. No more mammy power. Whoop. I heard that. In my eyes, there's only 2 kinds of people: people that will hurt you and people that will treat you right. I try to be one of the people that treat others right. Good, Marga. I enjoy it. You're right. I enjoyed that. All right, here we go.
If any, they use, whether or not she's going to be named, if she is named, if there are other defendants possibly named with her and Vappy. So let's just wait and see what the indictment says.
Well, I was going to say, Joe, I think it's important to point out we do not know the specifics yet of what is in this federal indictment. Just to kind of explain how this all works, a federal grand jury made up of about 16 to 23 people from the 13 parishes surrounding Lake Pontchartrain. They have been meeting for months, going over evidence in this case. They took a vote today and they decided to return this federal indictment. What happens then is the grand jurors, they actually leave the courtroom and the foreperson goes with federal prosecutors to the magistrate judge. That is what is happening right now as we speak. And we are learning that this indictment has been handed up. A little bit later is when we will get a copy of the indictment to find out what exactly is in there. What are the charges? It'll lay out some of the details of this case. What are some of the charges that the mayor and Vappy, who was already indicted in July of last year, but again named today in this indictment, what some of the charges are that they face.
And in a case like this, you're probably wondering, well, what comes next? As Meg just laid out, it's called a bill of information, and that's what we're waiting to get all these details from to find out.
No, not necessarily. A bill of information sometimes would imply in the federal system that there's a guilty plea. So this would just be a regular indictment.
Lanita, I'm going to do a video on that crook. Lanita says she just saw 2 posts of Dr. Umar at a casino babbling about hitting it big for his fake school. Yeah, he's trying to get people to donate. He's a scammer. Jeremiah, we were in Virginia when our first Black governor was elected and it got worse. Right. And Jeremiah, even if you didn't like his policies, you being a white male, if you said, oh, I don't like this guy, oh, you're racist. So you can't win. Just like when Barack Obama was in office, if white people were afraid to say anything because if they didn't like his policies, they were accused of being racist. And that's just not fair. Right, Jeremiah, and that's not fair. What about your First Amendment rights? You just may not like their policies. It may not have anything to do with their skin color, but they try to make you the bad person and that you don't like them because they're Black. Right, Jeremiah? We have to look over idiots like that. So I'm looking at policy. I don't care what your skin color is. I'm done. Here we go.
Indictment.
So there's no right.
A grand jury generates an indictment. The U.S. attorney generates the bill of information. This is an indictment, a bill of indictment, because it came from the grand jury.
But I think to Liz's point, Joe, it's important out of fairness here to mention that the standard is a lot different when it comes to an indictment or a charge than it is for a jury. So here you have one of the things the judge asked was, were there 16 grand jurors present? Did at least 12 vote for the indictment? Walk us through, if you could, the difference, the standard between, yes, there's enough evidence here to bring charges, and later at trial, the burden that prosecutors will face.
Well, that's right. I mean, and there's different things, and in state versus federal, you have different things. We have a preliminary hearing in both of these, which is a probable cause hearing. There are lesser standards at this time. If and when this goes to a jury trial, they have to meet the highest standard, which is guilt beyond a reasonable doubt of every element of the crime that she would be convicted of, he or she was convicted of.
Because this is a one-sided, this is just the prosecutors presenting their evidence to the grand jury members. The people who this is about, in this case, the mayor and Jeffrey Vappie, do not have a chance to present their side of the story.
Absolutely not. That's correct. That is correct. But what happens is the prosecutor goes in there, the old saying, you can indict a ham sandwich. You've heard that. That's because they're just pitching their side of it.
And this is video, by the way, of the prosecution team as they arrived this morning at federal court to present the case.
Jordan Ginsburg, Nick Moses, and others to go present the case to the grand jury. Now, understand, they have probably been presenting evidence and witnesses for some time to this grand jury, and today was the day they're just wrapping things up to say, this is what we're going to present, get the signatures, and go in front of the federal magistrate.
Why do you suppose it took so long? I mean, we've been dealing with this, for justice kind of moves a little slowly, but we've been dealing with this story now for the better part of 2 years.
People have been asking me that question all the time, as if I know. There's a big piece of this puzzle that is missing, is all I'm going to say, because it would appear back when Vappie and Mr. Farrell were initially indicted on their separate things, they had language in it which I call a speaking indictment, which clearly implicated the mayor, clearly implicated her in a quid pro quo. And you don't do the quid without the quo. And so now we're finally getting the second shoe dropping. Why it took so long, I do not know.
A lot of people are still asking why it took so long. We've been talking about this for a couple of years. Well, you're dealing with the feds and a mayor, so there's a lot of investigating involved. They had to get it right. But for those wondering if the OG city girl mayor of New Orleans will make it out of office unscathed, you got your answer today. She's going down along with her police officer boyfriend. As I mentioned before, he was cheating on his wife with Cantrell while Cantrell was cheating on her husband. It was very messy. His wife ended up divorcing him, and Cantrell's husband, he ended up with a mysterious death. I really hope that's being investigated too. No details released yet, so we're not sure what the charges are. I'm going to assume, though, it's not related to her husband. It's probably got to do with all the other corruption, including all that tricking OG city girl Cantrell was doing on her married police officer side dude. More information is going to come, and you better believe I have the update.
So that's all I had from the Pink Book. But yeah, Cammie, I often wonder how Black Republican women feel about these Black Democrat women and all their corrupt and grimy ways. Yeah, that would be an excellent show if I could get, both groups to come together. That would be nice. I don't know why, but that building made me think of Benny Johnson. He showed Barack Obama's library or something that is one ugly building. Really, Margaret? It looks like a jail. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Lanita, oh yeah, he needs to go. The Dems are dependent on race baiting, the FBA vote, but now people are opening their eyes. Yeah, people can see. MAGA on everything. Obama still thinks he has the same power he did when he first entered the White House. He needs to just shut up and sit down and never come back. Yeah, I think he's starting to get the message. Prosperity, Obama was a fake before he ran for president. Oh, wow. Prosperity's there in Chicago. She knows. I'm just saying. She knows. Governor Douglas Wilder. Yes, I remember him, Jeremiah. I do. I sure do. Lanita said, Obama was always shady to me. He popped up from nowhere. He was picked by the DNC, not the voters, until after he ran game on the public. Yep. MAGA, somehow Obama convinced a lifelong friend that her being Black snuck up on me because I could not see her as a Black woman. I don't even know what that means. MAGA, I don't either. I'm lost. Obama deported more people. He did. You will know them by their fruits. That's biblical. All right. Prosperity quoting Bible scriptures. Obama helped less black people than Trump. No lies are detected. She's speaking nothing but truth. And I have one more clip and then we're done. Hit that like button if you are enjoying this clip. Also, if you 145, okay, yeah. If you are interested in seeing more, if you more content like this, hey, hit the subscribe button and make sure it is on all notifications. All right, so I just have a couple of clips and we're done. A couple more clips just so you can get, and I wanted to show you these. I mean, these are some serious charges, folks. I was like, oh my God. Woo! Listen to this.
Tonight, the mayor of New Orleans facing fierce backlash after a local government investigation found she used city funds to upgrade her international flights to the tune of nearly $30,000. One first-class trip to France last July cost over $17,000 alone. At the time, the mayor saying this:
expenses incurred doing business on behalf of the city will not be reimbursed to the city.
She went on to explain that the upgraded travel expenses were for her health and safety relating to the COVID-19 pandemic.
My health and well-being is a priority, and especially it's all doing city business, and I have to be at my best doing it.
In a statement to several other news stations, Cantrell said, quote, anyone who wants to question how I protect myself just doesn't understand the world black women walk in. Now a petition.
Now, you know, she had to throw it. She's one of the blackety black. What does that have to do with anything? That you squandered taxpayer money and you were called on it. So then she had to throw in, well, you know, people don't understand, you know, being a black woman. What does race have to do with anything? It's my understanding that Biden cut a lot of that funding, but the ignorance give him a doctorate or something. Yeah. They make all women look bad. Just think when they look back at women in history. Yes, my God. They're ruining it for all of us. How about cancel the trip and stay Tijuana? You got it.
Calling for her recall is growing.
This recall is because of the job performance of the mayor.
So again, my problem with these people, they get the corrupt Democrat out and vote in another Democrat. Make it make sense. Try something new.
Over 10,000 people have signed the petition, many claiming her travel controversies and a rise in crime as the main reasons behind the recall push. New Orleans crime has skyrocketed this year, with homicides up 142% since 2019, and their own Metropolitan Crime Commission naming the city the murder capital of the U.S.
So her city is the murder capital of the U.S. You know, just like I know. She's not living in a high crime area. What is she doing about this besides taking trips to France and other places? So you see what I'm saying? You vote for these people. They get your vote and they don't do anything to help you. My girls, the world black women walk in, we walk in the same world as every other woman. My girls, thank you. So she had to throw that, well, people don't understand being a black woman. What does that have to do with anything? It's just an excuse. Where are we here? Did somebody drive a car through a parade there? I think so, Maga. Blazer Bob, there's so many things happening. Yep, that's the definition of insanity. Yes, Blazer Bob, they need to try something new. Jeremiah, I have, and you have a great day at Rollins Reviews and Peeps. My other favorite channel is the Morelli Hive Mind and Doug Tim. Okay, thank you for dropping in, Jeremiah. I may go live Wednesday or Thursday, 6 o'clock. Look for me either Wednesday or Thursday, love. Thank you. Jeremiah he just subscribed to the channel. He's the newest person to join the Rollins Reviews family. We're glad to have him. Caesar, how you doing, love? Lanita said this is a haint doing what a haint does, cultivate chaos and mess. Yeah, I'm a black woman and you don't understand. Stop it.
But Mayor Cantrell telling our affiliate last month she sees the recall as a distraction.
Like I've done with every crisis, with every disaster that I've had to face and challenge that I've had to face, I do it with integrity, I do it with dignity, and I do it with hard work.
A few years later. Breaking news, Justin. Our team is in place. And here's what we're following at this hour in downtown New Orleans. A federal indictment is being read in federal court against New Orleans Mayor Cantrell and her former bodyguard.
So that's enough of that. But yeah, folks, one more clip. So these people just, like I said, people are waking up, but we need more people to wake up. And stop voting for these people. How you doing, Jackalow? Hit the like button, love. We're almost to 70. Dorian said that's a crock. Yeah, because they've been made untouchable. MAGA, I love the liberal hive mind. Have a good day. Right. Here we go. One more clip.
Our team is in place. And here's what we're following at this hour in downtown New Orleans. A federal indictment is being read in federal court against New Orleans Mayor Cantrell and her former bodyguard, NOPD officer Jeffrey Vappy. So we're working to get more details. Meg Gatto, John Snell, our legal analyst Joe Responti joining us. So what does this mean when you get an indictment? It basically means a grand jury has seen evidence presented by federal prosecutors, and based on what they saw, they believe a crime has been committed. And this is not the first time we've seen these two high-profile names, guys.
And I think the interesting thing here is that it's mentioning Joe Responti, both the mayor and Jeffrey Vappy, which I don't want to get ahead of what we know, but that raises the possibility of perhaps a superseding indictment since he had already been indicted.
Right. If Jeffrey Vappy is getting new counts against him, it is most probably what's known as a superseding indictment, which will follow his original indictment to that section of court. And if she is a co-defendant with him, it's all going in the same car.
So for
Joe, that's a good question. I may need to do a deep dive on that. I love it when you guys ask questions in the comment section. I can check into that and see how many there are. Jeremiah, MAGA tomorrow. I said my goodbye because I thought she was ending, but she is after more, and I agree. There's a lot of great conservative YouTubers. Oh yeah, Jeremiah. Yeah, we have to continue to put this info out there. And I have one. I had a clip to show you so you can see everything unpacked. Let me see. Give me one. Yeah, I found it. Hold on. I have one more video and then we're done. I want you to see it. If you're like me, if you see something, you're like, oh, wow, it really hits home. Yeah, let me show you this right here. All right, hit the like button, and the channel's growing by leaps and bounds. All thanks to you. Yeah, this is the last clip. Jackalow and Jeremiah is still with us, so he's enjoying it. Okay. So we're going to get to the actual, I want you to actually see the indictments. Like I said, this is serious. Serious.
And lying to a grand jury.
Chief investigator.
So she lied. Those that don't know, she lied to the grand jury. Lanita, yes. All right, here we go. I want you to see all the charges in highlighter.
Reporter Stephen Stock digs into the indictment's details.
Is this okay? Here we go.
Indictment alleges Cantrell and Vappy took 14 different trips together.
I'll pause it so you can read it. So again, these are serious charges, folks. Winsome Sears. Yeah, I know about Winsome Sears, but I think he wanted to know, Jaggalo, let me know what the total. I think he wanted to know how many total. And I told him I know I need to do some research on that. That's a good question. Thank you so much, Jaggalo. Jaggalo, she's not the only one. Remember with the super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, when she had all those police officers and they were making all that overtime, she said she needed it for her safety. Get out of here. Jaggalo, she's just one of many. I usually don't like to leave until the end of the live, like staying in. Oh, thank you, Jeremiah. Yeah, we're done, but I wanted you to see this. As you can see, this video is short. Here we go.
to places such as San Francisco, New York, Martha's Vineyard, and Los Angeles, costing city taxpayers more than $70,000 just.
Let me pause that so you can see that. We've been talking about waste, fraud, and abuse. Look at this. Taxpayers. And you know, of course, she says, oh, it's for business. She was going there with her boyfriend. She lied to the grand jury. Kami, that's what I'm saying. You know she's going to do some time. This is serious. OMG. Oh.
For Vappy's travel expenses, separate from Mayor Cantrell's own travel cost. According to the indictment, around October 2021, Vappy went to Scotland with Cantrell and later sent her a WhatsApp message, which is a free encrypted phone messaging app. Vappy's message allegedly said the Scotland trip was, quote, where it all started. The indictment also points to another message Cantrell sent Vappy. The times when we are truly alone traveling is what spoils me the most. The feds allege beginning in October 2021, while carrying on a personal relationship, Cantrell and Vappy attempted to disguise it by making Vappy's interactions with the mayor appear to relate to his official duties. The indictment says Mayor Cantrell canceled a fall work trip to Miami in 2022 and instead booked a personal trip to Martha's Vineyard to spend time with Vappy while he attended a conference as a representative.
And I wonder who paid for that trip.
For the Housing Authority of New Orleans, Hanno, a position Cantrell appointed him to serve. The indictment includes WhatsApp messages from the trip to Martha's Vineyard. Vappy messages, hey, baby, I'm going to go to lunch with the guys and come be with you at the end of today's conference. Later, Cantrell, so that is about 3:30. You will be done? Vappy, meaning we get out earlier. Cantrell, let me know about where for lunch to make sure I'm out of sight. The feds also say they have messages between Vappy and Cantrell planning a trip to a conference in California. Cantrell wrote to Vappy, SF is April 6th through 8th. It officially ends at 4 p.m. on the 8th. Do we return on the 8th and stay at apartment or return on the 9th? Later, Vappy replied, we stay and do the Napa Valley like you said. Cantrell, perfect. Thumbs up emoji. Fox 8 obtained travel records from that California trip and found Cantrell, Vappy, and the mayor's digital director all stayed in California through April 9th. Records show the entire trip cost taxpayers nearly $10,000.
So again, if you want to take a personal trip, that's one thing. How you doing, Juggalo? But Kami, so the city was paying. Kami! Woo! Kami called it. I'm not arguing with her. Aurelius, how you doing? OMG. So if you want to take personal trips, fine. But don't be using the taxpayer money to fund your personal trips.
The indictment also contains a picture of the two of them together when they traveled to several California wineries. Other WhatsApp messages in the indictment include the pair planning a trip to D.C. together. Cantrell wrote, so I will have to go to D.C. on Monday. Vappy, I know. Cantrell, will you be going? Vappy, absolutely, if it's possible. Later, Cantrell messages, I will make that happen if you say it's okay. Vappy, it's definitely okay. Cantrell, okay, smiley face emoji. Later, Vappy messaged Cantrell that the D.C. trip was, quote, another great trip and also another leg on a journey, and told Cantrell that he loved her and their physical relationship. In all, the indictment alleges Vappy and Cantrell exchanged over 15,000 personal messages, pictures, and voice messages on WhatsApp to, quote, avoid detection and continue their relationship. The indictment also says Vappy and Cantrell deleted messages they exchanged. Federal prosecutors say Cantrell signed and authorized the travel expense forms Vappy submitted, despite knowing they falsely reflected that Vappy had engaged exclusively in official business activities.
Is it fair for us to ask questions about this?
It's fair to ask questions because this is a taxpayer-owned property, and these are employees paid by the taxpayers.
Then there's the Upper Pontalba apartments. Fox 8 first exposed the long hours Cantrell and Vappy spent alone there, while Vappy claimed he was on the clock with Cantrell doing little to no work while inside. The The indictment says they treated it as their personal shared residence, with Cantrell often calling it our apartment in messages. Cantrell and Vappy allegedly manipulated their schedules to allow them additional time to spend together in the city-owned Pontabla apartment while Vappy claimed to be on duty. The indictment also says they discussed having someone sweep the apartment for recording devices. Federal prosecutors appear to specifically mention Fox 8's investigation. On or about September 23rd, 2022, Cantrell and Vappy discussed a public records request seeking information about Cantrell's schedule and whether a particular local investigative reporter was, quote, on to us. LynnSibert and Fox 8 submitted public records.
Mom's YouTube account. Yo, people, thank you so much, Moms. Thank you so much. Crappy is the honeypot that will bring her down. Yes. Yes, she did, Lanita. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat. I just shared some hearts with you. Doing the wild thing on taxpayer month. Right, Tijuana. Waste, fraud, and abuse. Oh my God. This is how many of these have we talked about on this channel? Don't they learn? And just because you delete messages, they can still pull them up. If you send it, it's not, you may delete it, but it's still somewhere in cyberspace. It's never gone. That's it, Lanita.
Request to Cantrell's office asking for details about her schedule and Vappy's timesheets, both on September 23rd and in the days before that. After Fox 8 began airing reports on Vappy and Cantrell's time together in the apartment, federal investigators say Vappy conducted multiple online searches about Zurich, including where does LynnSibert live. The feds say Cantrell and Vappy also discussed they needed to be careful and to be straight together, allegedly to avoid having their relationship detected. The feds say when a city associate tried to warn her and stop the mayor, texting, quote, spending public funds and using public resources for your personal relationship was illegal, Cantrell responded that her relationship with Vappy was not about a personal relationship. Now, this indictment also says Cantrell and Vappy repeatedly lied about their relationship and says Cantrell supplied false documents and lied in her testimony to the grand jury. Meg, John?
So she's cooked. That's okay, Monique. Hit that like button, love. And why are you lying to the grand jury? They already know. They already know. You're wasting your time. So that's all I have for you. Unless something big happens, I'll be live probably what, Wednesday maybe? Tijuana's here, so no one else is gonna have a time. Rollyn's review. Sure, Vappy wasn't Cantrell. Oh, OPP. Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know. Okay, Jeremiah. Jeremiah going back to the 90s. I think that was, I forgot the name of that group. So anyway, I have a song for you, Jeremiah. You're a Generation X, so maybe you can beat out Tijuana because he's pretty tough. Tell me the name of the song, the group, and the year. All right? Right. Dorian. She'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry time. Nothing is new, seen her here before. Watching and waiting, who she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. So many have paid to see what you think you're getting for free. The woman is wild, and she can't tame by the pure of a jaguar. Money's the matter. If you're in it for love, you ain't gonna get too far. Whoa, whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Hall & Oates, Blue-Eyed Soul. Oh, my God, 1982. Woo! And type in the comment section before we go. Do you think, I think she's going to do some time. If you think she's going to do time, type yes. If you think no, type no. I think she is. That this is serious. Yeah, naughty by nature. Thank you, Mom's YouTube account and Jeremiah. Detroit had it. Somebody needed to hear that song. Yeah, I think she is going to make some time. What do you think? Evil woman. Evil woman. Evil woman. Evil woman. You know, I had to sing my ELO 1975. Evil woman. I think she's going to be convicted. I do. I mean, once you're busted, tell the truth. Caesar, you don't think she will? Oh, count me. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. Like I said, she told all those lies. And instead of telling those lies, she should have told the truth. And that way, you know, she could have had a peaceful, easy feeling. Oh my God. We know that's the Eagles too. 1972. Ghetto was my favorite song. But I never heard that one, Jeremiah. I have to check that out. If she was one of us, yes, MAGA, if it were you, if it were me, we'd be in jail. We'd make some time. So I think she's going to. She just should have told the truth. Those are my thoughts. That's my review. And I can't tell you why. I don't know why she lied. I can't tell you why. You know, that's the Eagles too. I can't tell you why she lied. And then, you know, one of my favorite Billy Joel songs, Honesty, such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Yes, Caesar. Everything's going to be all right. Okay, I remember that one, Jeremiah. Yes. Thank you, Jeremiah. Now we're done. Kami, I don't know. You know, we're still waiting to see what's going to happen because people are like, why hasn't Tiffany Henyard been arrested and some of these other people? But with a federal indictment, right? It takes time, right? So we'll see. We have to wait and see. All right. I enjoyed you. I am, yeah. So I don't know what day. I'm thinking Wednesday or Thursday I'll be live again. So I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. And yeah, I enjoyed you. Be safe. Baldwin, I'm glad you could make it too. And where's Tijuana? Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Now, you know I love Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, I'll sing them every day. Tell me lies. And you know, you hate to see people get in trouble, but again, when the feds are asking you questions, you have to tell the truth. Yeah, Tiffany, Fonnie, all of these people are going down. Bonnie Tyler. So, Citizen Kane. Yeah, the feds are very thorough. So it may take years, but they're thorough. They are. All right. Oh, CJ Parks, Billy Idol, Eyes Without a Face. I listened to there's a 20-minute version of Eyes Without a Face here on YouTube. That's what I listen to in my classroom. Right, Dorian, no bouncy houses. Moms, I love to hate Wiggany Henry. Oh my God. This is hilarious. I love it. All right. I'm going to go. If you will, leave a comment after I end the live stream. I will respond. If I don't respond tonight, I will respond to you tomorrow. Just depends on how long when you leave the comment. Thank you, Maga. I will. Same song, different title, more content. Oh, thank you, Jeremiah. Oh, yeah, I remember that, Jeremiah. Yes, I do, dear. Yeah. Yeah, no food bosses. To feed the people. To feed the people. I head out to Chicago, riding around in Tahoe. Let me stop because I don't want anyone throwing up their lunch. Remember that rap song she made? I played it and all of you were throwing up. Eyes Without a Face. I'm referring to Eyes Without a Face. There's a 20-minute version here on YouTube. I listen to it all the time. I love it. Thank you, Connie. I'm coming to talk to all of you now in the comments section. Jeremiah, you're new here. I talk until YouTube actually stops the live. When the live is done, come up under the description box, leave some comments, and I will respond. Woo! In my best Ric Flair voice. All right. I'm coming to talk to you right now.